There is a hidden tax on every prompt you send. Not a dollar tax, a brain tax. Every time you ask an AI to write your logic for you instead of thinking it through yourself, you're paying with something you can't see, your ability to think hard about hard problems. In 2026, most developers don't even notice they're paying it because the code just works. It compiles, it looks perfect, and it ships. But something underneath is quietly breaking down, and by the time you notice, it's already gone. Stick around because this isn't a put down the AI video, it's about the one thing which separating engineers who will still be valuable in 5 years from the ones who won't even realize they have been hollowed out. Let's talk about dopamine for a second. When you sit down to actually architect something on a paper or in your whiteboard or in your head, it's very slow, it's frustrating, you get stuck, you second guess yourself, you draw the wrong diagram twice, thrice, then the right one shows up. That friction sucks in the moment, but that friction is the whole point. It's literally how your brain builds new wiring for solving problems like it in the future. Now compare that to typing a prompt and watching a perfect syntactically flawless function appear in couple seconds. That feels incredible. Your brain loves it. It's the same reward loop as pulling out your phone to check notification, which is very instant, easy, and satisfying. But here is the catch. Today's models don't just write good code. They write code so good, so clean that there is zero friction left. And with zero friction, there is nothing left for your brain to actually learn from. You stop being the person who builds the logic, you become the person who reads it and just nods. You know that feeling when you are 3 hours deep into a very difficult bug and everything else disappears? That's called the flow state. That's also where the best engineers are built. Now ask yourself honestly, when is the last time you sat with a very hard problem with a non-linear bug for 3 hours instead of pasting your errors into ChatGPT or Claude Code? Every time you hand off an edge case instead of chasing it yourself, you skip the rep. And just like a muscle, logical stamina doesn't survive on being skipped. Here is the part nobody is talking about. Your brain is lazy by design. It doesn't store patterns. If it knows an agent will always retrieve the answer, it literally stops bothering to remember the structure underneath it. That's not a metaphor, that's cognitive offloading. And it's happening to working engineers right now. Quietly one outsource each case at a time. Here is where it gets dangerous, not for you personally, but for whatever you're shipping. Teams are now deploying systems where literally nobody, not one person, understands the whole thing from ground up. The AI wrote pieces of it, different engineers stitch pieces together, and everyone privately assumes someone else understands the full picture. Nobody does. AI is really good at solving problem right in front of it. It's not thinking about your system 5 modules away. So it optimizes locally in technical data files of globally, invisibly until something breaks in a way nobody predicted. And that's the real cost. Not that the code is wrong today, your intuition for how the whole system behaves under pressure is gone. You can't predict the failure anymore. You can only react to it after it happens. There is a shift happening in what even means to be an engineer. A lot of people are quietly turning into managers of AI output instead of builders of logic. You review, you approve, you merge. You're not really building anymore, you're curating. And here is the scary part for anyone senior. The best engineers you have ever worked with didn't get good from tutorials, they got good from war stories. The 2 a.m. outage, the race condition that took a week to find, the production fire they cause and then they fix it. If an entire generation skips that, we are heading towards a talent gap that doesn't show up until the exact moment it matters most. When something breaks and the AI can't fix it, because nobody in the room actually knows how the system thinks. That's not a hypothetical, that's a workforce that can't reason without a cloud connection. Okay, so am I saying stop using AI? No, that ship has sailed, and honestly, it shouldn't sail back. Let it write your boilerplate, let it handle your CRUD endpoints, your config files, glow code. That stuff was never where the value was. But the core logic, the critical part, the part of the system where a wrong decision actually costs you, that has to stay yours every single time. And here is a simple practice. Build an intentional friction. Before you ask AI to solve something hard, force yourself to write down your own approach first, even a rough one, predict what you think will break, and then compare it to what the AI gives you. You are not slowing yourself down, you are keeping the muscle alive. Because here is the real prediction for where this is all heading. The most valuable engineer in 5 years won't be the one who prompts the fastest. It will be the one who can still walk into the maze alone when the agents go quiet and find their way out. If this made you rethink even one thing about how you are working with AI right now, that's the whole point. Drop a comment. Are you building the logic or just reviewing it?